Airport, where we're told that plane has already landed. Earlier on, we were showing you footage of their bus coming through to the airport to come and collect them, and fans coming in. One fan was speaking to Thabiso earlier, saying he's driven all the way from the Limpopo province, from Polokwane, to come and welcome the champions. You can see the fans are really, really excited there. Earlier on, Thabiso was also speaking to Mum Joy, who was actually in Morocco for the tournament, just giving us a sense of the feelings that, you know, overtook one as Banyana Banyana progressed from one stage to the next, until eventually they lifted up that cup and made not only South Africans but the continent proud. Thabiso is standing by for us. A very good morning to you once again, Thabiso. You were having a conversation with Vusiwe in the morning, and I found that so interesting, where we were saying in celebrating Banyana Banyana, there is no need to put down Bafana Bafana.
Indeed, Desiree, I think it's possibly a conversation that we should be having, or a lot of, and as far as South African sports is concerned. We shouldn't be comparing the male and female sports personnel. I mean, the women in their own right have outdone themselves. I mean, we know how hard they've tried, bridesmaids for 5 finals, and as far as the championship is concerned, so winning its 6th time round. So, you know, when you're celebrating the likes of Desiree Ellis, linking her to, well, maybe she should coach Bafana, I think it's unfair in as far as Desiree's achievements per se. As you can see, the crowds have come out in numbers. I'm not quite sure what pictures you're on now, but we're in the belly of the beast, so to speak, at OR Tambo. Behind the scenes, my camera colleague Roneo Msandi has got pictures of an empty terminal, if you can call it that way. That's where some of the players are expected to come out. I can hear fans on the other side of where we are screaming, but unfortunately, as I said earlier, those fans will not be able to see the ladies, because there's an exit that our camera is positioned at. When they do come out, we'll bring you those pictures live to you, and then from here they'll be ushered to the stage outside, where the proceedings will begin as far as welcoming party and congratulating them. So it's expected to be, well, a busy day for us here at the OR Tambo International Airport. But as you say, it's all in women in sport, and it's about time that they get as much publicity, as much PR on their own, without having to bring in their male counterparts in any sporting code in general. Des?
Thabiso, just a sense of anticipation, I must say, a little bit of disappointment, as not that much people have come through.
Well, in fact, you'd be surprised. There's actually quite a lot of people that have come through, Desiree. I think maybe we'll probably get a clearer picture once we've all set up outside to where the stage has been set. Because remember, as much as there are people inside the terminal, it's where they'll be outside at the stage where actually we'll see the numbers. But again, it is a bit of a controlled situation. A lot of us, the media in particular, have been vetted over and over again. We expect, I think, with all the issues that have been happening with crime in South Africa, I don't want to mention it, but you know what has been happening in the news, the shootings, etc., etc. So I think there's extra security here at the airport for today. Like I said earlier, when I was speaking to Vusi, we're expecting the CAF president to be here. We're expecting the president of SAFA to be here as well, Dr. Daniel Dan. And like we mentioned, we were expecting the first citizen, but unfortunately it seems that meeting with the ladies has been moved to tomorrow at around midday. So that will wait, where the ladies will hand over the trophy to him. But for now, the fans have come out in numbers, and I think as gradually as time carries on, more fans will come out and celebrate with Banyana Banyana. I think the first fans to arrive, as usual, would have been the Bloom Celtic fans, Des. Those guys, they never miss an opportunity to come out and sing their numbers. They're the first ones to arrive. They said they left around 2 a.m. yesterday morning to come to Johannesburg to come and say hello to Banyana Banyana. I also spoke to Mama Joy earlier at the top of the hour with you, and herself as well. She was out in Morocco. She landed yesterday. You could see she was a little bit tired, jet lag, as she said, but she wouldn't miss the opportunity of coming out there and celebrating with South Africa, in particular for what the ladies have done. Des?
Thabiso, I see Rasta the painter is already there. The picture he's painted of Desiree Ellis a bit more decent than his previous exploits.
Can you repeat that? Who was here? I didn't get that. Des?
I'm saying Rasta the painter already has a picture of Desiree Ellis. I don't know if you're able to see that, if you've got fall back where you are.
No, I'm not able to see it. As I said, we are behind the scenes.
Okay, I totally understand.
Within the terminal of yeah.
I totally understand. We're seeing him on the footage that's coming through live now.
As I said, SABC News, obviously, when these things happen, we are the girl that thinks she is, or the girl that knows she is. We do go all out for all our heroes and heroines. So as you can see, we've got cameras placed everywhere. So my colleagues, I'm sure, on the other side of where I am, we have got clearer vision of that. But it'll be interesting to see what happens as well. I mean, the conversation we were having since Morning Live, in fact, since the whole week, remuneration, it's a sticky situation, isn't it, Des? We are just dissect with the guys. Maybe the 8.2 million that was going to be given, SAFA was going to get from WAFCON for winning the tournament. Why not just throw that as well into the kitty as far as what the ladies will get? So make it 9.2 and 8.2 and some. Some were even saying maybe the Minister of Sports should add the money for the flag. That didn't happen. And also maybe the 30 million for the orchestra. Just give the ladies every single cent because, remember, the boys didn't qualify for Qatar. So give all the money to the girls. Why not?
In fact, Thabiso is not seeing this shot, but I want to ask our viewers, let us know at the agenda _SABC what your thoughts are about that portrait of Desiree Ellis. I have to say, for myself, it's the best I've seen so far because he's had some really dubious and questionable portraits before, Rasta the painter. But Thabiso, just in terms of the involvement of the fans in the program that's going to kick off at 11 a.m. this morning, will the fans be included in these proceedings, in the entertainment and all that?
Well, that background I think we'll get in as far as when it does happen out on that side. But as far as I know, because of all the security and the arrangement that have been, they'll try and make this a quick sort of procession and move it along very quickly, because you must understand the airport is still a working airport. So, you can't keep all these people and all the infrastructure here for the whole day. Because when we arrived, as far as the SABC is concerned, some of our broadcast vans were here yesterday. We arrived around 5 a.m. already. You could see that, scaffolding was going up, so that still has to go down because the parking bays bring in money for the airport. So I'm sure they'd like to have them open again for the people who do use the airport building. But in terms as far as fans is concerned, maybe at the union buildings again, I think I should emphasize this to the fans and all those who are watching. The union buildings tomorrow is where a lot of probably the interaction will happen, particularly with the fans. Remember what happened when the Springboks as well arrived from winning the World Cup. They went out there, fans went out in numbers. And also interestingly, Des, whilst I was doing my research on today, the Gautrain is offering free rides to any fans who want to come to the airport. So if you're not too busy, if you're around the Park Station area, the Sandton area, I think the Hyde Park area as well, jump into the Gautrain. I think they said those services will be free up until 1 p.m. Come through to the airport. As we said, more fans. If you're watching SABC News Channel, you can actually come and join us. Who knows? I'll do a couple of interviews with you if you arrive here.
Thabiso, let's just remind our viewers again why we're having this particular special broadcast, the events of the weekend that led to this.
Well, if you have not known the news, if you're not watching SABC News, you probably haven't known it, but we've been celebrating all things Banyana Banyana. 2-1 victory over Morocco in that final, intense final. We're not going to speak about that 9 minutes that I'm not sure what that was or it wasn't, but it's been an exciting journey for Banyana Banyana. Went through the round robin stages undefeated, went straight through to the final undefeated, clean slate in as far as the competition's concerned. I think they conceded 3 goals, if I'm correct, throughout the tournament. So it has been a Banyana Banyana with a difference, a young Banyana Banyana. A lot of pressure as far as Coach Desiree Ellis is concerned. We know there are a couple of injuries to the players just before the semi-finals, but they dug deep. I know that the semis and the quarters, a lot of people saying Banyana are not playing to their full strength. They were not as good as, inverted commas, as they would have been in the opening matches. Morocco, on the other hand, they were playing at home, so a lot of people expected them to come out firing. Well, they did beat the likes of Nigeria, and we beat Nigeria too, didn't we, in our opening match of the tournament. I think that set the tone for the ladies, or Banyana Banyana as it were, throughout the tournament, beating the arch nemesis Nigeria. I think they've won it, something like 11 times, if I'm correct. That's, of course, being WAFCON. And there's only 3 countries that won WAFCON, just for the sake of our viewers. It's been South Africa now, who won it in 2022, Equatorial Guinea, as well as Nigeria. So it's an exclusive club that we joined on over the weekend. Banyana Banyana winning their first championship at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, and we'll be celebrating them. And I think for the whole month, December, maybe speak to the president to give us a holiday, Banyana Banyana Day. And we're coming up to Women's Month as well, so let's keep the flag flying and celebrate. Let's give one team member per day a celebration, just speak about them and their exploits. In fact, we're looking to speak to the youngest member of the team. I think she's from the Northern Cape, or she used to play in the Northern Cape. My colleague Reginald Vitboy already asked me to, well, sent me a couple of questions to ask them. It is a young team, it is an exciting team, a generation that has changed from the likes of, I said, Desiree Ellis, when they started playing, Gloria Brown, when they started playing back in the days of 1993, when Banyana Banyana was first came around. A lot of people saying that I think by now we should even have a professional league for the women, and we totally agree, because the conversations, like we said, we had with V this morning, some of these girls, they're still students. The youngest, as I mentioned, she still goes to high school. Some of these ladies, football is their part-time job, so when they're not playing football, they're actually full-time moms. And we heard yesterday, Coach Lute, Imperial Lute, who's a former Banyana player herself, who is now a commentator with the SABC, saying, you know, the money that they're going to get, some of them, they have to go pay off their mother's debts. Some of them have to pay off their school debts. Some of them have to pay off, build homes for their kids. So it's touch and go in as far as whether we'll eventually see a professional league, in particular for these ladies in our lifetime anyway. But I think the pressure is mounting, and these celebrations, well, as Gloria Brown said, we start by winning. Winning will then need into extra motivation from the powers that be to put more into women's football. In fact, just in front of me, one of the members here at members at the Airports Company South Africa has told us that the ladies are now at immigration, so they're going to stamp their passports and they're coming through to us. So I think for now, Desiree, I do not want to keep our viewers waiting for the empty pictures. I know that you do have pictures outside. You can stay with us, but I prefer that you come back to us when you have live pictures and something to give you as far as our equipment as well, because we like to save our batteries. I'd hate to come to us and then we run out of battery in our live facilities. Des?
Absolutely, we wouldn't like that either, Thabiso, but you were just saying that we need to dedicate a day or so to Banyana Banyana, and with just a week away from August, which is Women's Month, I definitely dedicate this Women's Month to Banyana Banyana, Coach Desiree Ellis and her charges. They've really done a sterling job of putting South Africa back at the top of the sporting map on the continent. Of course, we'll go back to Thabiso there. As you can see, scenes from inside and scenes from outside, and he was saying that there's lots more people outside. There you have them, South Africans coming through to welcome back the African women's soccer champions, Banyana Banyana. And we'll continue to update you, dip in and out of events there at the Oliver Regional